I can feel that you are very fierce and you have a strong personality.
Yeah.
And I would like to know what did it take for you to just throw yourself out there and just be like, okay, I'm gonna do this project. Were you afraid, or you just threw yourself out there because you were just passionate, or you had some fears and you like postpone? How was it before the starting, you know?
You know, when you say like you need to start somewhere, right? So for me, and I think with also many other startups, we start super small with super low risk. They say I spend less than $1 million, $50 just to buy 100 cups to go to that party, and just to want to make a validation that people won't do it. And what could be the data I get after that? How many people forgot the cups? How many cups destroyed? People like it or not? And then when I get validation from that event, I will do another thing a little bit bigger. Okay. So let's say I branded my cups and then I bought it from China, so it's more investment. But it's still enough for me to be, you know, if it's bad, it goes south, I don't lose much. So very small investment, very small, but for the result, I need the result to get validation so that I can keep going. So at least when I convince somebody in and be, hey, I've done this, it works, or I receive results.
The proof.
Yeah, I have some kind of like proof for myself, validate for myself and validate for other people. So let's go back to the first example. I bought 100 cups and see how people use it. I bought expensive good plastic cups, and actually at the end of the day, the owner of the rooftop was so happy with the cups. They was like, can I just buy them back? I was like, yeah, sure, you can just buy them back.
Okay. Nice.
and so I asked him, so why you want to buy back? He said, yeah, you know, we use a lot of glass and it's drop and it's breaks, so it costs us a lot of money. So, and especially when you bring the cups and people are really happy about this, the color is nice. So why not? And then his staff also very happy to wash the cup because they find
it's easier, right?
No, because actually one of my stuff is like, hey, I can bring it back and wash it for myself. I can wash cups very fast now. But the staff was like, no, Miss Ling, we love actually doing this because it's saving environment, and when we want to be part of the solution. It's like, oh, okay, impressive. So have a lot of validation from the user, from the shop owner, from the owner of the location, from the staff of the location. So I see this is simple idea, but nobody has done it. So let's just keep going to do that.
And concerning the cups, I remember you told me that you couldn't manufacture your cups in Vietnam. So how is it for the production? Where did you get the supply from?
So as again, I started everything last week, last year. So I didn't find production manufacturer in Vietnam, supplier in Vietnam.
That's crazy, no?
Can give me small order.
Yes.
I want 1,000 cup. I don't want 10,000 cup. Yeah. Because then MOQ, so minimum order is 10,000, 20,000. Like
10,000. Wow.
I can't do anything. What can I do? So they asked me like, oh, if it's not, then you have to order every month. I was like, no, it's not about every month. We're gonna reuse it all the time.
Yeah,
so even if the unit cost is high, but the value of the cups will stay for longer. So it's fine to have higher unit cost at this moment. Because like, no, it's too small. It's very difficult to turn on the machine's injection mold, and to make it there's nobody give you the mold to do it. It's like, okay, fine. So I have to order it in China.
Wow.
And in China they do everything for you. 200 cups, 50 cups. You want your own name. You want different name. Everything. You want changing color when the different temperature. You want exactly that Starbucks. You want anything. They make it for you.
How did you find a supplier?
Alibaba.
Okay, so you go through that and you kind of send the file or something?
So I contacted maybe 20 different suppliers, asked them to send all the samples. So I had to pay for the post, it's expensive, like almost $200 more. Okay. And test. I don't like it, it's too easy to break. We found, at the end of the day, we found one and we bought that one to Vietnam, so we ordered it. At the beginning we think like, oh, if you drop it, it's not gonna break, it's gonna be perfect. It's beautiful, it's nice, bamboo fiber is very trendy, people will love it. People loved it. and which is great. People just grab it. I saw people come into the shop and just want to grab it, which is very awesome. However, the problem with this cup that we had is that when we drop, first time don't break, second time crack.
Okay.
So the loss is very easy to get damaged. So that's why we had to stop them. And also, thanks to the COVID, it's very hard to import from China. And then we found the supplier in Vietnam, who very small bio-based plastic company, and they help us a lot to.
They accepted.
Yeah, they accept.
Do a small amount,
which is 3,000 cups, which is still
so
a lot. But I don't need 3,000 cups at the moment, so that's why we have 3,000 cups in stock. We don't know what to do about it. So
events, festivals.
No more festival.
Yeah, no more.
And we just sit on that stock, but it's not not too big, so it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Do you feel that you need to challenge yourself, professionally or personally?
Well, I mean, there's many easier way to just make money. I can just work for a company. I can have very high salary, and I can always improve there. But I had the problem that I change my job every 2 years because I know that I can make it happen.
Gets boring, and then
I don't see the point. Maybe the millennium problems that we don't see the purpose of the project. So the previous one, I worked for a company install sprinklers or irrigation system for golf courses. And we actually install, like in the construction site. For me, sale is very easy. I sell $4 million contracts and it's no problem.
Wow.
But the thing that annoys me the most is when I have to go to the site check. And the last project, I had to go to site check up to the north, and I saw that they're cutting off forests and trees to make golf courses, and that really bothered me.
That triggered you.
Yeah, because the other one they built it on sand, which is fine. Still lots of chemicals inside, all the pesticides for the grass to keep it green. But when I see people cut down trees just to play golf, for me it really go against my value. And I was almost crying at the site.
Yeah.
And I walked to my boss and I was like, this is not going to happen. I'm not going to be part of this problem at all. I stopped. So he was like, let's stay for a few more months, we need you. Like, okay, I stay for a few more months, but that I'm leaving. So on the way that I'm leaving, I also create another business, so I have some more income, but only in sustainability. So after that event, like all the way up to the north, is so beautiful, and you see that your country is damaged to serve the minority, the rich people who play golf. Cut trees to hit the ball, to keep the grass green it's really many things bad about that, because normally in golf courses in other countries you have to make sure that this area is unused, rubbish. During the landfill, and then you landfill it, you put golf course. Okay, fine. Still lots of chemical get inside the earth. Not sure if this thing is good for the camera. Yeah, but I can't tell you where is it, but it's somewhere up in the north.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So that was really against your values, and you decided to just follow your heart and just quit. So I think that's really brave of you, because so many people just get comfortable in their jobs, in their position, and because they get money, they won't necessarily do something, so it takes something to do what you really want to do without blinding yourself and just being comfortable. So that's really brave and inspiring for me.
But again, I know when I get this new job, I know that I get paid well. I already invest to make my own other business. I know it's going to generate me money. But if I quit, I have at least 2 years live not comfortable, but lower. At least I have a roof over my head and have food. If I don't drink too crazily, if I don't waste my money, I can stay for 2 years. So I know that I have that financial stability. So don't quit your job, because I quit so many jobs before, and then I was like, I have no money to find another one, so desperately.
Be sure that you can sustain yourself.
Yeah, so make sure that you can live off your own saving for 6 months. So I calculated that I have 6 months for saving. If my scooter business keep going, then I can stay for a few years. So yeah, so that's why I had enough of that. 2 years now.
Coming from a Vietnamese family, were your family involved in your project? Did they understand what you were doing? I'm just curious because there's a cultural difference for sure, because they are Vietnamese and then they are not aware specifically about this plastic pollution. So did you take time to kind of explain them, educate them, or you were just like doing your thing and whatever? You know?
So I'm kind of like a black sheep in my family.
Okay.
So it's everything, everything that I do, people say don't do it. So I have a lot against. So that's why I start my entrepreneurship very late, like late 20s. Otherwise, I have done that earlier, right? So my mom was like, no, don't do that. Just get the job, get married, and then have babies, and then da da da. I was like, maybe. And so I followed her advices. I followed many people in my family advices just to do the job, and I have done great. I mean, I'm not very bad employees. I'm a little bit, you know, rebels here and there, but I know that I can get the KPI if I need to. And then, so when I started my scooter business, my mom was like, "I spent so much money for you to go to study abroad, and now you end up."
Renting scooter.
Are you like brains? Are you stupid?
Yeah, it's a shame.
It's a shame for us, you know. Like, why would you do that? I was like, Mom, I'm making so much. I have more money than the previous, the same job with 4 hours a week.
Thanks the book.
Thanks for the book, right? And it's like, but you know, it's still like a very low end job. It's like, yeah, don't worry. It's not the end of the world. I will find something else. Don't worry. So then I get a really nice job. She's like, yeah, keep this job. You know, keep it. Good money. Because I started to give her money. Like, Mom, I have some money for you.
Okay,
like,
fine.
And then
keep renting.
And then she was like, no, I had another job,
another job, but then you know it could cover.
And then she was like, how your scooter business going? I said, yeah, it's good. I have more people now. I switched the bad bike to a new good bike, and no more complaint. And then my family started to see that, oh, okay, she's know how to spend money, right? She know how to invest.
Well, you seem like you're managing well.
I was like, I just reinvesting.
And
then every time that I talk about business, people listen. Before they was like, no. And so it's easier now that I've been through several businesses. I don't bankrupt. I don't ask anybody in my family for money. I cash out my credit cards, max out so many times. So I can really say I don't need your money, but I still can do it. I can invest as investor from other side. So they saw all that and I was like, oh, okay.
It's like a circular economy with your money too. Reinvesting and finding a new business and again.
And so when they started to see me on news, I didn't really tell them about my business until like they saw like, oh, I saw you on news. Like,
also, they saw without you telling.
And I was like, yeah, I'm doing that.
Were they proud?
Yeah, I was like, oh, Ling is doing something. Like, yeah, you know, I'm just figuring out.
Yeah.
So
good impact.
Give them some surprises.
I would like to know what were your biggest shames during this journey. Did you feel a lot ashamed during all the process? And do you have any experience that just make you feel very bad about yourself?
Wow, shame, huh? I think the hardest thing is it's not. I mean, the idea is great. It's there. I know. People know. People tell me every day. I know this will take a long time. I think the worst time I had is during the time that the product didn't come in, and I have my kind of staff and interns kept waiting for me and asking me like, oh, what should I do now? And then I was like, I was clueless. I was like, I don't know. I wish things are here. And then the school sent me an email like the coordinator like, hey, we spend so much money for all the kids to come here and then they have nothing to do. I was like, this is really out of my control. I am stressed out with the customs. They asked for more and more and more, and I was like, give me all the information you need. Just get my products out. And then I had to like, it was 2 months of like, what's going on? My investor asked me, hey, it's been 2 months since I give you money. What have you done? I was like, I can't do anything about that. So that would be
the biggest shame that you have. the staff and
I think the staff would
staff,
be
yeah.
like the shame that I had, like I don't know what to do with them. I feel like I have no capability of
justify yourself and
guiding them.
Maybe I was thinking about something more personal that happened to you, like during a pitch. Someone told you something, or not a pitch, but like, you know, something that you could control, but you were disappointed of what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so let's say I've been pitching many times, and when the venture capital investors who are more in favor with finance products or more of these, they actually see money coming right away, and then they don't believe in these ideas. And I had people shouting like, why would they invest in your business? It's such a stupid idea. So you should stop now. You're just wasting your time. I was like, oh, okay. That's your opinion then.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I'm quite good at selling. I had a lot of rejection before, so another one is fine. Just a little bit angry, and I had to vent it out with my friends. But sometimes it can be bad for your brain. I wouldn't be ashamed. I just say, yeah, you just have different ideas, opinions. You haven't seen that part. You haven't seen your children swimming in the ocean of plastics. You haven't seen the old people in the poor area. They burn trash to cook. Like, man, that's so touching. That's so bad. So they haven't seen that. They only see the beautiful side of the city. They don't see the outside of the city. So they grow in different areas. They think they're interested in different channels. So that's fine. Yeah.
I feel that you are very confident in what you do. So I think it helps a lot, and you have been able to build this confidence during all your previous job by selling and by having a lot of commission by yourself. So I think it's really good. Okay, one last question.
Yes.
So for the viewers, for people that are watching us, do you have any advice for people who want to start but are too afraid to just throw themselves out there again? Do you have any advice? Yes.
I would say, if I just say, hey, just go do it, it's very generic, and I would say, I wouldn't give that suggestion. I would say, yes, you go out there, you do it. You have a plan, small or big, but even small, then at least have some kind of numbers and collect data so that you can validate your own self that is working. Let's say it's such a very new idea, nobody knows what is it, you have to explain them. So explain, let's say, to 10 people, and how many people understand your idea first, right? Do they get it right away or hit them? Or if they rephrase your explanation, then maybe use that, rephrase it for your next explanation.
Sure.
Or if you do a business and try to make sure that it's get money and make money too, which I haven't done that, still figure it out. Or yeah, if you do a test, at least you don't lose money. You break even. I know that you spend a lot of time on it. Let's make sure that break even. You don't own people money. Hopefully you don't own a bank. Loan a bank. If you don't need money, extra money, don't ask it from investor, because investor is like hiring your new boss, who can be, you don't like to have a boss, right? So yes, try to do, but also try to collect feedbacks and reflect that feedback results, and then evolve it. And also one thing, I put a lot of pressure on myself sometimes. I say, oh, let's do it, and then hopefully in 1 month it will make $2,000, and I don't really revise my plan. So sometimes I just hit the target and then I just let it go, for example. So always had to revise the plan. I think that's very important. That's the new thing that I learned. So also.
Okay. Thank you very much, Linh, for all the insight and for sharing your story. It has been a really great conversation.
Yes.
Thank you for being on my show.
Thanks for having me on your show. I hope that your show will just grow more people.
I hope too. So, thank you guys for watching, and just follow Lynn and Aya Cup. I will
Thank you.
put the links in the description box and and don't forget to subscribe on the Time Show to help me grow and inspire more people. So see you guys in another episode. Bye bye.